Hello, math students. Welcome back to Module 1, Ratios and Unit Rates. Today we will be working on Lesson 19, and it is called Solve Percent Problems. Solve Percent Problems. Our goal for today we are going to learn how to use the part and the percent to find the whole. And so a question that I want you to be thinking about during the lesson is there an equation that we can use to help us find the missing part? If so, what is it? All right, there's some things that you need to know in order to be successful with learning how to use the part and the percent to find the whole. And here are the things that you need to know. There are three sections of percent problems. There is a part, which tells you the amount of the group. There is a percent, which gives you the rate out of 100. And there is a whole, and the whole tells you the total amount of the group. So usually we like to think about it, okay, here's a group. The group has 10 things, or it has a total of 10 things. And then I tell you that 4 of them are pencils and 6 of them are markers. So that's what I mean about parts of a group. So the part would be the pencils and the other part would be the markers, and they are all writing utensils or something like that, okay? So we have a part, we have a percent, and we have a whole. The percent represents the part out of the whole, and the percent always gets multiplied by the whole. So those are two things that we need to remember. So when it says the percent represents the part, when you usually have that, you are saying the part is the percent, okay? The part is the percent, whereas in order to get that, you have to take the percent and times it by the whole, and that's how you find the part. So there are some key words in math that you really need to know and understand in order to remember how to do this. And the key words are the word of, okay, and the other one that is really important is the word is. So in math, the word of always means multiply. Okay, so whenever you see the word of in math, you need to remember that of means to multiply. The word is in math means equals. Okay, and so whenever you see those two words, you need to remember of means to multiply, is means equals. So what we can do is we can take this word written sentence and we can turn it into a math sentence. And so what we have right here is we have 20% of, which means to multiply, 10 is a blank, or what number. We have to figure that out. And so your job mathematically is to solve this and figure it out. So the best way that you're going to do that is you're going to remember that when you see 20% with the percent sign actually equals 20 over 100. And you learned that in an earlier lesson. So whenever you see something that has a percent sign next to it, you can take the number that's next to the percent sign and you can make it into a fraction with the denominator of 100, always. Then we just continue with the problem. So 20% times 10, and we make it 10 over 1 because we're multiplying, equals, and now this is a regular fraction multiplication problem that you all have learned how to do. So we multiply straight across. So 20 times 10, 0, 0, 0, 2. And we now know that 20 times 10 equals 200. So this is 200 divided by 100 times 1 is 100. And 200 divided by 100, hopefully you all will recognize this very quickly, is 2. So the answer is 2. Okay? So this missing number right here is 2. So 20% of 10 is 2. Another way that we can check it is we can draw a tape diagram, okay, and we can divide it into 5 equal sections, right, because it says 20%, so remember we're going 20%, 40%, 60%, 80%, 100%, okay, and then it says 20% of 10, remember the whole is 10, so this would be 10 because that's 100%. So everything, this whole piece right here is 10 because it represents 10. Well, we want to know 20% of 10 is 2, so go and find 20%. If this whole thing is 10, I'm sorry, I should have written 10 right here, and that would make it more easy to see. So if this whole thing is 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if we have to fit 10 into 5 sections, what goes in each one? 2. That is correct. Because, count them, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. The total thing is 10. 10 is 100%, so 20% would be 2. So now you've learned how to use the tape diagram to help you figure it out. And I'm sorry, that little 10 over there just confused us, so pretend it's not there. Okay, so that's that one. All right, now let's try to do the next one and see what we find. So, changing colors again. I feel like changing colors today. So remember, of means to multiply, right? Is means equals. Okay, so that helps us. So we have 75% times something equals 45. Okay, so this time we don't know the whole, but we know that the 75% is this number. So again, we can use the tape, and this time, since we have 75%, I'm going to cut it into 4 pieces, making each one 25%. So 25, 50, 75, 100. And we just learned from this sentence that 75% of a number is equal to 45. So I know from here to here equals 45. Oh, well, that's not so horrible. So 45 has to be split into 3 sections. So 45 divided by 3, 3 goes into 4 once, 3 goes into 15 5 times. So now I know this is 15, this is 15, this is 15. This has to be 15 because it's a tape. And remember, the tape diagram is always the same shape and the same size and has the same filler. Okay, same value in each one. So I know that 75% of a number is 45. So the number that I'm trying to find is that 100%. So what is 15 times 4? Because we're looking for the 100%. And we now see that it's 60. So 75% of 60 equals 45. So let's try it another way just to check our work. We're going to go back to the way we did up here and see if it works. So 75% is the same thing as 75 over 100 times 60 over 1, and we should get an answer of 45. So let's see if we do. 75 times 60, that's 0, 0, placeholder, 30, 42, 43, 44, 45. Oh, boys and girls, this is awesome. 0, 0, 4, 5, 4. So that answer is 4,500. 100 times 1 is 100. And then when we divide 4,500 or 4,500 by 100, how many 100s fit in there? Well, this could go 4 times. And this can go 5 times. And boys and girls, what did we just figure out? 45 is our answer. Does it match? Ta-da! Yes, it does. So we did it right. Nice job. Okay, so now we have one more to try, and we're running out of room, and I'm very sorry about that. But we're going to keep going because we need to show this. So something times 100 equals 25%. Oh, well, that's different. Something times 100 equals 25%. So we know the whole. The whole is 100. So again, we're doing 25%. So again, I'm going to cut it into fourths because 1/4 is 25%. So 25%, 50%, 75%, 100%. And we know our whole, because remember it says that the whole is the total amount of the group. This is the whole group right here. We know all of this equals 100. And since we know all of that equals 100, 100 divided by 4, well, that's easy. 25, 25, 25, 25. And so we go to find the 25% one. Ta-da! The answer is 25. How convenient is that? So now we're going to check it and see if we did that correctly. So if we take 25 percent of 100, right? 25%. But that doesn't make sense when we actually multiply. I think the answer is actually 1/4, right? No, I don't think I did that one right. That one's kind of tricky. Something of 100 is 25%. 25%. Oh, I see. So I'm thinking actually it's going to have to be, I think it's going to have to be 25 out of 100. Well, maybe it wouldn't be 1/25. It would actually be 1/4. I'm sorry, and I used pen. Okay, and the reason that I know that is that if you get 1 out of 4 correct on a problem, and we make that to a percent, how did we get from 4 to 100? Times 25 times 25, which that's 25 out of 100, which is 25%. So the answer is actually 1/4. Okay, so it's kind of funny when you're going along. We did all of the math correctly, but we need to know that it's 1/4 of 100 that gives us the 25%. Yeah, so the answer wouldn't be 1/25. It wouldn't be 25. It would actually be 1/4. 1/4 gives us 25%. Sorry, that got a little bit crazy. But that happens sometimes in math, and it makes us rethink what we're doing. Okay, so let's go back to our goal. Today we are going to learn how to use the part and the percent to find the whole, which we did. We did it lots of different ways. We did it equation way. We also did it tape diagram way. I really like the tape diagrams because even when we get a little bit lost over here, we were able to figure out what we were doing. So, the question, is there an equation that we can use to help us find the missing part? And the equation that we found is what I showed you right here, remembering that of means to multiply, is means equals, and then you just follow the problem until you figure out what's missing. All right, and that's all we have in this lesson today. All right, my darlings, that's it. Talk to you soon. Bye.